Okay. All right. Hello. Okay, we're in the month of August, and I just want to inform all those who read and love to read and have a passion for reading. I want to inform them about a story that I'm reading currently, and it's grown into an entire franchise. And the name of this saga, this franchise, is called Twilight, and it's a wonderful storyline. I really, really like it, and it's by Stephanie Meyer, and I think that she did a wonderful job, and the highlights and storyline is just so vivid, and she really does a great job. And I've read the first book, and right now I'm reading New Moon, and I really, really like New Moon. So I have decided to highlight the first few chapters of New Moon and talk about it. So this is basically like a small podcast, or you can call it a documentary, a small documentary of New Moon, which is the second book by Stephanie Meyer. And you can look online, and if you type in my name, which is Avery Hargrove, and you type in Twilight after that, it'll pull up a small section of videos. And in those videos, I'm talking about the stories. So I'm basically giving readers and listeners a point into the story, my point of view of what I have read in the story, and also the author's point of view. So this is a monologue of New Moon. It's entitled New Moon, and it basically goes into the story's plot. So I'm going to begin that. This is Twilight 2, the documentary. So let me go ahead and get started on that. Thank you. Into Twilight's second installment, entitled New Moon. This small video will highlight the beginning of Stephanie Meyer's New Moon. The first 5 chapters of New Moon are very vivid. It starts off by introducing one of Bella's new close friends. His name is Jacob, and at first he does pass as a mysterious person to Bella, but she does like him. And there are other people in the story that Bella has come to know. Of the such is Mike and Jessica, some school friends, Eric, Connor, and Tyler, and Lauren, the Cullens, and Bella's father, as well as others. Bella is just surrounded by many characters in the story. It seems that she is never alone. There is always someone around for her to talk to. But those closest to her are the boys, Edward, Jacob, and maybe 1 or 2 other guys. And among the girls, there are a few as well. Bella is still with her father in this story. Where she lives is Mr. Charlie's house, in which the house could be called her own because her father is gone so often. But Bella does not stay at that house forever. She makes routine visits to be with Edward at the Cullens. So far within these beginning chapters, everything is peaceful. Everyone is well acquainted with one another. It is only after everyone has met one another that the tranquility is destroyed. So Bella is still human, still wanting to be a vampire. She has dreams, visions, sounds, and hallucinations of herself being a vampire. But she doesn't show those feelings to Edward. She hides them deep inside and only shows them by her words when she asks such an important question in her statements. I want to be like you. Edward, make me like you. Also, in the beginning chapters of this story, Bella makes trips on a daily basis in and out of her high school. Edward protects her and shows that he really loves Bella. He simply couldn't live without her. As his and Bella's relationship grows, Edward finds himself going to Bella's place, which is her father's house. Edward hates being away from Bella for too long. That is why he visits. This makes Bella happy. She is comforted by Edward's presence. The special thing about his and her relationship is that he never has the urge to change her. He never falls into temptation to make her into the supernatural person that vampires are. To Edward and to herself even, Bella is not your average girl. Because of Edward, she has seen things that the other girls have not seen. She is a very lucky girl. There are a few girls in this book that Bella knows and keeps in constant contact with. Alice and Jessica are two of her close friends at school. Bella and them constantly talk about boys that they have seen on each school day. So now that Bella has met the people at school and in her home life, she now views Edward as a boyfriend. Edward often shares some of his secrets with her, like his age. He views himself as being almost cursed. He knows he won't die. He will continue to live his life lawless, with no boundaries, no restrictions. He doesn't get emotional, and Bella sees that. All his human emotions, his human feelings, were washed away from his shed blood when he became different, when he became a vampire. Bella has no clue what it is like being a vampire, like Edward. She doesn't know that they feel no pain, have no sadness. Their lives are constant, full of feeling and hearing other people's thoughts. Though constant, each day is full of the thrill that having supernatural powers brings. Bella, I love you very much. You are the first girl that has touched me, and my feelings are deep for you. Bella seems to like it in this new town where she now lives, called Forks. She communicates with her mother online. They talk a lot. So now Bella has finally settled down, and she feels slightly happier now that she is with Edward. But the picture is not complete. There is another boy in the story named Jacob Black. And a few chapters in, he begins to talk to Bella and see her. Bella also likes him because he is attractive. Because of him, Bella falls in the middle. Not knowing what to do, she constantly thinks about both characters. And even though Jacob is now a part of her social life, she still hangs out with Edward more than she does he. Bella is not happy in the story. She feels drained, and her energy and her emotions are soaked and watered down. The people at her school aren't concerned for her. Only her friends like Eric, Connor, Tyler, and Lauren, and the others. In the story, so far, before you reach the 5th and 6th chapter, Bella only makes trips to 3 places. She is either at school, or her home, Mr. Charlie's house, or at the Cullens family house. When Bella is alone, she constantly thinks about her boyfriend. Only when he is there is she comforted. Surprisingly, Bella doesn't nag Edward about making her a vampire. She remains calm and settled. Whenever she starts to feel that urge to ask him, she isolates herself from him, often taking long walks around her home and sometimes through the forest. She is smart and she doesn't want to offend Edward. Her worried about his sensitivity. Bella and Edward have not yet become intimate from what I know about the beginning chapters, but I urge you to move on in the story beyond the documentary, this documentary. Bella is attractive to the majority of the people at school. She even acts like a vampire. Her new boyfriend, Edward, inspires Bella, and she oftentimes reflects his behavior. Edward has urges sometimes that don't seem human. His spirit is very longing to be like a normal person. Bella has fallen under the influence of Edward. They both have now began to skip school, which she began to do from watching Edward and Alice. This is a small video highlighting the first few chapters of New Moon. I will continue the story's plot at a later date. I hope you guys are enjoying this formal documentary. This is the second installment of the Twilight saga. So that was a podcast highlighting the first few chapters of New Moon. And I hope you guys like it. And that was it. That was the documentary. And there's more to come. Thank you.